So a lot of times we struggle to use our intuition. Why? It tends to be that we doubt, we don't have trust in that inner voice, we don't believe what we're feeling in terms of a body sensation, we don't have any proof, let's say, in terms of, because it's not connected to a fact or logic. And I remember years ago when I first discovered the value of utilizing my intuition, I started using this term that said, jump, and you kind of fall into like how high. So your intuition gives an instruction, and that instruction would be jump, and your response would be how high, right? So getting into the flow of how high to jump, when to jump, that's part of building your self-awareness, developing your self-awareness, becoming more connected to sensations and feelings and the way how you interpret those feelings or interpret your own inner messages. That's part of getting into the flow and using your intuition and making your intuition work for you, right? So, unlike The Sixth Sense, the movie, we're not talking about, seeing dead people. Although for some people that might be their aim, a goal, eventually on their spiritual path down that road. But for now, we're just looking at what are the basics? What are the basics that you can actually use as we are starting 2024, setting some intentions. I'm staying away from resolutions, and some people might be doing resolutions, but I'm personally staying away from resolutions. I'm just doing intentions and goals. So getting into the flow. What can we do to use our intuition so we can be in the flow, so we can trust it, so we can start making use of this potential power that we have. And the first step really, like I said, is trusting. So how do we trust? Well, some credibility, it would be similar to you booking an appointment with me, a client booking an appointment with me, and the expectation is that they're going to show up and I'm going to show up. If I show up, okay, I'm saying, okay, my word, you can trust me. And if they show up, they're also saying, yeah, they're respecting the time that we've booked together. So there is a relationship, right? And I'm really big on saying, prove it to me. So when I first started to really take it seriously in terms of my intuition and that gut feeling, really I was saying, let's see how much can I count on this gut feeling. So I would get an instruction, I would leave it alone, I wouldn't act on it. It would come again a couple of days later. So the instruction could be that a simple thing of, call a client or send a newsletter or contact a company. Very work related. I'm using that as an example. If it's a health thing, it would be time to drink water, time to make water the main thing for the week, or it would be time to start exercising or time to reduce certain foods that I'm eating. So very instructional. It's not a conversation, right? It's not a conversation. When you are in your logical mind, or logic is in play, your ego is in play, there's a lot of conversations. What do you mean? I don't know. I don't think so. Should I really drink more water? I don't know if I should really do. What do you think you should do? I think it might be good for you to, change your diet. I think it might be good for you to call that person. Maybe not. There's a lot of like hemming and hawing and back and forth. But the relationship with your intuition is that it is there as a guide, and the guide gives you an instruction. It says, use this path, go up this part of the mountain, because it knows, the guide knows what's coming, what's ahead of you, what's behind you. It's very familiar with the guide, is very familiar with the terrain. So that term, the guide, could be like a Sherpa. I believe on the Himalayan mountains, you have Sherpas that guide you. So your intuition is your guiding system. It is your Sherpa. In order to build trust between yourself and your intuition, well, you're going to have to test it out. I did. I'm just like, prove it to me. So I waited the 3 days. Okay, it still came. And there are times that it really, really came back to bite me in the butt because I didn't act on something and I missed the opportunity. Good to know, right? In that moment, I'm making a note because I'm like, I had a gut feeling. I noted the gut feeling. I noted the message that came with it, and then I checked it against the next couple of days or the next couple of weeks. Right? Got to give it a bit. Right? It's a relationship. You need to build the credibility between each other, and you need to build that trust. And so after a while, it started to be like, I want to be in my flow. I want to get into the right timing. So when I would start to get instructions, I wouldn't question it. I would just say, okay, how high? And that just helped me to take action. It's not like that I was physically jumping anywhere. It was just, I have an instruction, take action, make the phone call, go do the groceries. Like sometimes it was just really silly things, didn't relate to anything. But what happened is that over the period of time of practicing it, being in the flow became being on time for me. And that's what I'm encouraging, like utilizing your intuition is going to help you be in the flow for you. You're going to be on time for your opportunities. You're going to be in the right place for your opportunities. You're going to be in the right timing for information that you need for some other situation that might happen later on, whether it's something like it could be you have a flat tire, but because you had purchased, I don't know, the spare tire previously, or you're guided to like pick up a spare, you didn't have it in your car. Well, now when you have the flat tire, you have that extra tire to change out, like things like that, right? So that guide taking you along, the guide is making sure that whatever happens to you in each present moment, you have everything that you need. And that's the way to start to look at how to use your intuition, right? To help you, to guide you, to become your ally, to become the friend that you count on, in the sense that it's coming from a non-logical place, if that's even a word. But it's there to make sure that you're going to be okay. I'm Ingrid Herbert. I have written a book called Creating Sacred Space, A Journey to Self-Healing and Living the Life of Your Dreams. And in that book, I do talk about using your intuition, getting into the flow of it, how to use your intuition. And I'm also launching an online course called Unleash Your X Factor, which talks all about how to use your intuition to really align with work-life harmony and just start to make sense of it. Like, use it. It's there. So why not, right? You can find me at wellness2go.ca. Subscribe to my channel, my YouTube channel, Ingrid Herbert. And find me on Instagram. You can follow me there. And in the meantime, I like to say that you yourself, as much as anyone in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. Talk soon.